and Mentor Appreciation event. We appreciate everybody joining us today virtually. I know the pandemic has created a unique environment for all of us at home, at work, and at the schools. And so we appreciate all of your patience, especially with the Teammates Mentoring Program. I know we have almost 100 mentors, and not all of you are able to meet with your mentees today. But we hope today to give you an update on where Teammates Program is at with that, and to also, again, extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you, whether you're mentoring or not. I think we have a great program for you today. First off, we're going to have a video from Teammates Mentoring Program that I think really gets to the heart of what the program is all about. We're going to follow that up with a presentation by Anna Young. Anna is a former mentee, current mentor, and is also the training and support specialist for the Teammates Mentoring Program. After she shares some of her experiences from all perspectives with the Teammates Mentoring Program, she will be joined by Chris Morgan. Chris is the Teammates School Coordinator for the Millard Public Schools. And so we appreciate Chris coming on with Anna to kind of share their experience of what mentoring is like in this current environment. When that is all done, we'll hear a quick message from the co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program, Dr. Tom Osborne, and who's always been a strong supporter of Kiewit and attending all of our events. After that, Hannah Miller, who is joining me today, will chime in and give us an update. Hannah is the recruitment coordinator for the Teammates Mentoring Program. And Hannah will kind of give us a program update and also talk about, for any of you that are out there that are not a mentor, what you can do to become a mentor. But real quickly, given Mentor Appreciation Month, I kind of want to share some of the gifts that are going out to all the mentors here in the next week. One I'll hold up in front of me is a Bluetooth speaker. Many of you have ordered that as an appreciation gift. In addition, for those of you that have chosen the polos, here's an example of the polo that will be coming out to each and every one of you. And I'm going to just move away, and Kat will demonstrate the fleece.
Love the fashion show, Kat.
But again, thank you to all of our mentors, and thank you for joining us today. Hannah, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Miller, and I'm the recruitment coordinator for the Teammates Mentoring Program. Just a quick housekeeping. If anybody would like to comment or ask any questions throughout the presentation, please sign in using a Gmail account. That way we can see your questions and comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to comment below telling us where you mentor, we'd also love to hear that, so just a little shout out. I'd also like to say thank you to each of our Kiewit mentors. You guys are truly the gold standard of corporate mentoring relationships. We have over 100 mentors at Kiewit, and that is the most amount of volunteers at one organization we have within the entire Teammates program. So thank you all so much. I brag about Kiewit every time I go talk to a corporation and talk about what wonderful people you are. So again, thank you so much. And with that, we'll go into our Frida and Alpedia video. I am so excited to show you this wonderful match and the wonderful work that they have done.
Back in the 8th grade, there was an incident that happened on the way home from school. They followed me all the way from Irving to my house. And near the corner of my street, one of the girls pulled my hair and started attacking me while the other surrounded us and videotaped. After the attack, I mean, I was definitely drawn back. So I couldn't focus in school, in my classes. It was very rough, and that's when my counselor decided to introduce me to the Teammates program.
So when I met her, I didn't want it to look as, oh, she's a victim. I just wanted to see as a young girl that needs some support.
I was definitely still drawn back until she brought that game, the Loteria.
Like, oh yes, I used to play this when I was little. So that was kind of a connection.
Every time we met, I mean, it was a sense of relief where I'd get out of class, I'd go to see her and just have that 1 hour or however much time we had to kind of just be myself, relax and feel safe. There was a couple of times where I just kind of closed off, where I was just having a really rough day, either with the bullying incident or family issues. So she definitely gave me the time to set back, and when I was ready, like, we'd talk about it.
I would just listen and encourage her to do well and focus on what she liked and just think about the positive things that was going with her in that time.
She wasn't into sports like I was. After I tried out for the softball team and I made it, Elpidia was there, and she came to my games and watched me even though she didn't know what was going on. But it was definitely nice having her there with me. Elpidia, she takes so much pride in being a Latina. She's not afraid to show her roots. She definitely made me take pride in being a Latina too. We looked through countless scholarships online. She definitely motivated me to apply for the teammates, apply to other ones.
She really was a perfect candidate, being a minority, not first generation, in college, going through very difficult time, how she was involved in the community. She knows 3 languages,
They have kind of like this general scholarship application where you fill out the essays, just kind of talking about your aspirations of what you want to do with your, and like career-wise.
She shared that essay with me one time.
What did you think of it?
It made me cry. When she was reading, it's like, I was in tears. Like, that's awesome, because it's just Frida and a piece of paper,
I did end up receiving a scholarship from teammates. It was a very nice couple. I got to meet them and talk with them after I received it. It was nice. It was a great day. Elpidia definitely became family. So I couldn't live with the thought of kind of separating with her after high school.
Frida is not only like through teammates, but I see her as part of my life too, I always learn from Frida.
She empowered me a lot. It was definitely up to the point where I didn't want to make any connections. Elpidia gave me kind of that power and that pride in being a Latina. So.
Oh.
Okay, and that was such a wonderful video. With that, I would like to introduce Miss Anna Young, our wonderful match support specialist and a former mentee. So Anna, take it away. Tell us a little bit about your story and some activity ideas you have for our mentors during this virtual time.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Hannah. I loved that video. How inspiring was that? So as Hannah had mentioned, I assist with training and match support for teammates, and I'm also a former mentee, and now I am so lucky to be a mentor as well. So I was a military baby growing up my entire life, and when you're a military baby, you get very used to moving around a lot, and you learn pretty quickly that when you get to your new community, your new school, you should look around and see what's a lot of people involved in and try to get involved in those things so that you can feel like you're a part of your school, feel like you're a part of your community. So I had moved to Crete, Nebraska, shout out to the Crete chapter, in 8th grade. And something you should also know about me is I was born quite unathletic. Every sport I tried, if I got hit with the ball, I was done with that. I'm pretty klutzy too, just the way that I am. So needless to say, I had a serious distaste for PE classes. I was not about it. So I had an 8th grade PE teacher, and I gave her quite a bit of grief throughout that year, just because you probably wouldn't know it now, but I was a little sassy when I was in 8th grade. So then I got to 9th grade, and I was walking around my new school and seeing, these adults with young people, and I just saw that they were having so much fun, and I was like, what is that? So many matches were at my high school, and I was like, I need to be a part of that. I need to get matched with someone after I learned that it was teammates. And so lo and behold, who did I get matched with but that 8th grade PE teacher who I had been a little tough with the entire year before. but she never held it against me. And the great thing about it was that we had already had a trust building foundation, because every time I would go into her class, she was still so positive and excited to see me, even though I didn't always want to run the mile or do cherry pickers or any of those things. And we also had differences that made us much stronger because we were able to learn from one another. So I love baking and cooking everything from scratch, and that's how my whole family does it. So the first time that she told me that she had only baked cakes from a box, I was quite shocked. And if any of you do, no offense, because I also use a box now and then again. But we went into the family consumer science room and we baked a cake together. And then about a month later, she came back and she was showing me all these photos of her daughter's birthday. And she, was just showing me them. And I was like, oh, cool. And then she came upon a cake and she said, I made this cake from scratch, from my heart, like you showed me how. And my daughter said it was the best cake that she had ever had. And to be a ninth grader and look up to someone so much and to know that I had impacted her life, that was so empowering for me and built so much confidence within me. And my mentor was also one of the first people in my life that ever said, Anna, it doesn't really matter if you were born unathletic or if you're klutzy, because if you want to be good at something related to sports, you can be. And so we started practicing tennis, and she's actually the reason why now tennis is my favorite pastime. I'm on a tennis team. I love it, and it's a huge part of my life. But without that hope building encouragement that she provided for me, I wouldn't have been able to even do that. And let alone when I look back on my life, all of our conversations, all of the pivotal times in my life where she was there for me were so influential. And I truly don't know where I would be without my mentor. Now we've known each other for 11 years. She stayed with me throughout college in the Teammates Plus program, and I am just beyond grateful for her. She makes me a better mentor because all of the things that she showed me when I was a mentee. She makes me a better employee for Teammates because of that passion that she had and the passion that I have as a mentor as well. And I truly love what I get to do every day. So I'm excited to be sharing about some activity ideas with you to hopefully enrich your meeting time with your mentee as well. So the first one, both of these actually come from an academy session that we had with Amy Beggs of the Greenbush Education Service Center. And what I really love about these is that maybe you haven't seen your mentee for a few months because of COVID, or maybe you have been seeing your mentee consistently. But either way, these are really good conversation starters to be able to just get back on that right foot and get talking and continue to build trust building. So I'm excited to share them with you. And the first one, it's called Name Tag Mania. You can find this academy session also on our website, which I'll show you in a little bit, so you can see more. And then we also have other virtual activity and in-person ideas as well. These you could do socially distanced, or you could do them in the virtual space as well. So Name Tag Mania, you will be creating a name tag with your mentee. And when I did this activity with my mentee, she loved it so much. She came up with so many more questions and things that we could draw because she loves art. She makes me a better artist every day or every week when I see her. And she also wanted us to decorate the back of our name card. So we did that as well. And that was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see her make it her own. But the basics of it are you want to draw everything that you are going to put on your name card. No matter if you're a super skilled drawer or you're just kind of getting started, stick figures are totally acceptable. I even have stick figures here. So in your top corner over here on the right, you want to draw what does home look like to you. So that could be about family, it could be a pet, it could be what does your actual physical house look like? It could be a person that makes you feel at home. So for me, I drew a globe with a bunch of little stick figures because I have family all over, and what I love about that is that no matter where I go, I always feel like I am home, and that is just such a wonderful thing for me and for my life. And then on the opposite side, top left corner, you would like to draw something. What is something that you like about yourself? So it could be your strength. So if you are a strengths-based match, you could bring your strengths into this. It could be an accomplishment. It could even be a physical feature, whatever you decide. What do you like about yourself? And I put a little task paper here because I believe that I am someone that if someone asks something of me, I will definitely accomplish that task to my greatest ability. I can also juggle a lot of things at one time and always do them, like I said, to the greatest height that I can, and pay a lot of attention to that level of excellence as well. And then down here, right underneath the home, you're going to draw a memory. And what I love about this one is that 2020 had a lot of things that, were uncertain, and it was a tough year for so many of us. And so it's nice to think about what was your favorite memory, even amidst those uncertain times, and kind of bring positivity into that. So for me, I actually got married during 2020 amidst the pandemic, outside and socially distanced and a lot of precautions in place. But it was everything that I could have wanted and more than I had ever even imagined, even during those uncertain times. And then what brings me joy? Teammates with a heart. Teammates brings me so much joy. My mentor brings me so much joy. Telling our story to so many brings me so much joy. My mentee, every single week, everything that we've been doing here at Teammates, she motivates me because I can see the impact that we both are having on each other's lives. And I know how important it is for young people to have that additional safe, positive, caring adult in their lives. So Teammates brings me a lot of joy, and I, as I mentioned, love what I get to do every day. And then the second activity, it's called Personal Artifact. So this one's fun because you can kind of play it over and over during your mentoring time. What you want to do is you want to look around your space and you want to find an item that represents you. So you wouldn't grab like your diploma on the wall and say, I graduated from Doane University. It would be, let's get creative. So find an item, how does that represent you, and then share about it. And that's going to, again, help you be able to build trust, build conversation. So my item is a highlighter, a pink highlighter. And that's because my number one strength is maximizer. So I feel like I go through the world with a magnifying glass, pointing out strengths, pointing out what is good, and always really trying to bring those to a level of excellence. And so just as a highlighter, highlights things and points out what is, what you want to draw attention to, and in my case, what is good. So those are two fun activities that you can do, again, in the virtual space or in person. And now I'll go ahead and share my screen because I want you to be able to see other activity ideas that we have available for you that I could not cover today. So this is our mentor resource library, and our virtual meeting resources is our newest toolkit right here. And so I highly encourage all of you, if you are going to be utilizing the Teammates portal, to check that out. And then our Academy sessions are right here. And like I said, you can view the entire Academy session from Amy Beggs, as well as multiple others on Academy ideas, on activity ideas, as well as a Teammates Portal Academy. We have a Zoom 101 Academy. So if you're not super seasoned with Zoom yet, you can check that out and learn more about that. See, I said more activity ideas, and it just goes on and on. If you are familiar with our Academy sessions, way to go, because we love to offer those for our mentors as learning opportunities, and they're open for all of you. So then this Dropbox right here, the activity ideas, I have it opened, and you are going to want to go to virtual meeting resources, online meeting tools, and then we have a ton of already planned activities here for you, but we also have more virtual activities as well as safe outside links that you and your mentee could explore together. So you could take a virtual tour together. Many zoos and museums are offering these virtual tours right now. We also have virtual coloring pages. I know that if I was meeting in the virtual space with my mentee, she would absolutely adore this because she loves to color. So you can actually color with your mentee through this website right here online. You can pick whatever you would like to choose to color, and then go ahead and color it in by picking the colors down here. So if your mentee's very into art, I would definitely check that one out. We also have virtual board games. So if your mentee loved Uno, like many of our matches do, you can play different board games here at Safe Kid Games. And we also, they also offer different grade levels of different board games that would qualify for them. And so if you have a sixth grader, you could click on the sixth grade and explore those. In addition to all of that, we have more that do not require outside links. Virtual show and tell. Exciting Sponge is a fun twist on show and tell, so check that out. And the list goes on and on. We are also adding to these all the time. So if you ever are, participating in a fun virtual activity with your mentee and you want to share that with us, we would love to put that on our mentor resource library as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening about the virtual activity ideas, and let me know if you need any assistance with them too.
Thank you so much, Hannah. That was so helpful. I know for me and my mentee, she would absolutely love the virtual coloring. That's
right. Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to bring in Chris Morgan, our wonderful new coordinator for Millard Public Schools. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for such a nice introduction.
Of course. Well, we're very excited to have you on board. And a lot of our Kiewit mentors are actually Millard mentors. So this is a perfect time for them to get to know you and get to know the Millard program a little bit. So can you tell us just a brief, where did you come from before you came into Teammates, and tell us a little bit about the Millard chapter?
Yeah, absolutely. So prior to July, I was working for another mentoring organization here in the Omaha area that's integrated into the Omaha Public Schools District. And I was with them for 12 and a half years. So spent a lot of time in the mentoring world, learning the best practices, doing some training through Mentor Nebraska. Prior to that, I did a bit of a stint in restaurant management, which was fun and exciting. And before that, I was actually a substitute teacher for Millard Public Schools. So being employed back at Millard now kind of feels like coming home. I'm a Millard graduate myself. I have 2 children in the district. And so it's just a very comfortable and home-like feeling place to be. So I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful. And I love hearing, too, that you are no stranger to mentoring.
No. As a matter of fact, I was on a meeting this morning with our superintendent, Dr. Sutphin, and I was unaware, but when you take out our snow days, today is the 100th day of school for Millard students. And I don't think it's any secret that there weren't many of us who thought that we would still be here doing in-person school 100 days later. And so we're really excited within the district that now switching our focus from just being able to stay in school, we've proven that we can do that, to now switching our focus to returning to thrive. And so again, not a secret that there has been some gaps in our students' education and in their social emotional learning during this pandemic time. And so we are full steam ahead, looking to close that gap and get our kids back to where they were as soon as possible. And one way in which our district knows that we can really do this is through the assistance of mentoring. And so as it was stated, we have 52 Kiewit mentors within our chapter. So yay! Really happy about that. And I know that the mentoring experience for all 52 mentors has not been the same. And it just can't be based upon who has permissions to do what and who has the availability to do what, who's working from home, every match has a different situation right now. And so we have 52 very unique situations. So if you have been able to meet virtually with your mentee, I am so thankful to know it. If you haven't, I hope that you are reaching out through me to connect and forward emails or sending me cards or postcards to pass on to your mentee, because we know, again, at Millard that connection piece is just so important in helping our kids now find this new normal. I'm not sure that normal will ever be what we once knew it to be. And so we have to be there for our students to help them navigate this not to use all the buzzwords, but this, uncharted territory, or so to say. With that being said, for our current mentors, again, a great big thank you for being here and your dedication, your commitment, your persistence. But we do have 68 students who are currently on our wait list. So if there are any additional mentors within Kiewit that would love to have the opportunity to mentor a student, we do actually have 2 different opportunities to mentor now. This is new and exciting news that just came out. We have the Safe and Secure virtual platform through Teammates, which again, we've had great success with a lot of our matches. But we also have now begun opening our buildings to resume in-person mentoring. Yeah, so it's a building by building decision. So if your building has not opened up to in-person mentoring, there's reason for that. They know the temperature of their community. They know what's best for their school. But you will probably start here of some school buildings opening and allowing those in-person because it's one-to-one. That's a very safe situation in which we can follow all of our safety guidelines with cleaning and masking and social distancing. And so Millard was really looking forward to being able to offer this opportunity on a building by building basis. So if current mentors, look for information about that coming soon. If there are any mentors who maybe, or any folks who thought about mentoring but just thought that virtual mentoring was not going to be for them, no more excuses. We have some opportunities for in-person mentoring coming up now. Is there anything that I didn't touch on that you wanted me to go over today?
No, but that was such wonderful news. I am just so excited. I just have one last question for you, and that is, what for folks who maybe haven't been on the portal yet, or maybe they're going to be new to mentoring, do you have any advice to them as they get into this virtual world?
Yes, go forward fearlessly. So it has taken a lot of courage for our mentees, our mentors, and even just the people behind the scenes to make this happen, because going into the unknown and being surrounded by uncertainty is something that's very challenging and can be quite scary. And I just applaud our mentees, our mentors, and like I said, all the staff in the background for not letting that get them down, and for keeping the growth mindset and keeping up the persistence to know that while it may not look exactly like it looked before, it's working. And we have progress being made, and we will get there eventually. So virtual is going to be around for quite a while, you know, and so if you have some hesitation about that, we've had many one-on-one opportunities to help get folks set up who maybe are not as comfortable with that technology, and we're very patient. So don't. I keep hearing all the time, people call me and they say, "Sorry to bother you, sorry to bug you," and I said, "Absolutely not. This is why I'm here." So we've had a lot of success getting folks set up who, like I said, maybe were hesitant with the technology or not necessarily comfortable with the technology. And so just go forward fearlessly. Like, we can do this. We're courageous, and we can do big things.
I love your courage. Thank you so much, Chris. It was so great to hear from you. And I know all of our folks at Kiewit who are Millard mentors really appreciated hearing from you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and Anna, just so the rest of our mentors who are not Millard mentors feel like that they've been heard and seen, I want to make sure we touch a little bit more about the Metro and our other chapters. So we do have plenty of chapters who their mentors are meeting on the portal. So for instance, Bellevue, Council Bluffs will be meeting in person soon. Ralston and Westside are meeting on the portal. But Anna, could you maybe shed a little bit of light for folks who haven't met with their mentees on the portal? What can they expect?
Yes, definitely. So the Teammates portal, as Chris mentioned, is a very safe and secure way for you to meet your matches in the mentees in the virtual space. When you get into the portal, you will actually receive an email sign up saying, please sign up for the portal. You click on the link, you use the email address that you received that email from to sign up, create a password, and then you'll be directed into the portal. You will be able to see your last name and your mentee's last name. You can schedule a meeting within the portal, and you can also exchange a message between you and your mentee from the school schedule that your building coordinator should send to you. That's how you can determine the date and time of your next match meeting. And we also have, as I mentioned, so many resources around this for you so that you can feel comfortable, because you can watch the videos 5, 6, 10, 20, 100 times if you want to, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And we also have supplemental handouts in addition too. As far as the Omaha Public chapter, they will be utilizing the Teammates portal in a little bit of a different way, but we have crafted resources for them as well. And so stay tuned if you are an OPS mentor to your emails to receive any updates about what is coming, and hopefully coming soon.
Thank you so much, because I know Kiewit does have quite a few OPS mentors, so that is a definite concern. But we do have one question. It was for Chris, but I think we can answer it as well. Kat was wondering, if mentors are having any issues, how can they get in touch with their coordinator, or who should they get in touch with if they're having any issues?
Definitely. That is an awesome question, Kat. So your local program coordinator is your go-to person for support always. But within the portal, if you are experiencing any technical difficulty or you are struggling with any of the different features available to you, we do have a Teammates portal admin team, and that consists of 5 of our staff members. You click contact admin, and then you just fill out the subject, write a brief message of what you are experiencing, click send message, and one of those 5 people will get back to you in a very timely manner. I know they work very hard to make sure that every single mentor is attended to pretty quickly.
We do not let messages just go away at Teammates.
No, definitely not. We will get back to you.
Wonderful. If anybody has any other questions, please put them in the chat. We'll be addressing those a little bit later on as well. But Anna, is there anything else you'd like to add to our mentors about match support, the portal, anything on that?
I would just say, just definitely stay tuned to your emails, because we are continually adding resources. We are continually adding learning opportunities for mentors, and we want to make sure that you are able to access all of those. We will be continuing our match support email coming up here soon. It will be going out in February, so be looking for that, because that also will contain a lot of different resources and opportunities for you as mentors during this time as well.
Anna, thank you so much. You were such a joy to listen to.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for putting this together. And thank you all mentors. And for any of you who are considering signing up, I would just say do it. You will not regret it. You will absolutely love it. It is the best part of my week when I see my mentees. So thank you all.
Thanks, Anna. Okay, and now I'm going to be bringing Dawn back.
All right, thanks, Hannah. That was such a great story, listening to Anna and share her experiences and give us some ideas as we meet with our mentees. And for Chris to kind of update us on Millard, I mean, it sounds like Millard is really paving the way and getting as close to normal as they can with the mentor-mentee matches and getting to meet again. So it was great to hear that update. So now we have a short message, I believe, Hannah, from the co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program, Dr. Tom Osborne.
I want to just thank all of you at Kiewit for being such great supporters of the teammates. And this goes back several years. You've obviously been the best corporate partner we've had. And usually with 100 mentors. So I want to wish you well. And I want you to listen very carefully to Hannah, because I'm only going to go 1 minute. And she's going to be the main event. So she will fill you in on everything you need to know. The last thing I'll just mention to you is that this has really been a hard time on kids. You know, we continually get feedback that kids are really disconnected this year from their normal routines, and they're probably under more stress than they ever have been. So it's not easy to be a young person in these days, and you can really use a mentor. And the thing that you'll understand as time goes by is that you as a mentor will probably get as much or more out of the experience than the mentee. So I want to encourage you to be mentors. And thanks again for all you do at Kiewit. I want to just thank all of you.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to play that again.
But it's always great to hear from Coach Osborne, and you know, it's probably amazes him even seeing what happened in 1991 when he started with just 20 some kids, and now it's grown into what, over 10,000? Is that what we have today?
We last year we served over 10,400 students across Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Wyoming, and South Dakota.
So yeah, it's truly amazing. And from a Kiewit perspective, you know, Kiewit upped its commitment to the Teammates program last year financially. But I know Bruce Grucock, as he would always say, is it's very easy for the company to write a check. You know, the most difficult part is, you know, the employees giving of their time and talents. And so, you know, again, today we want to thank everybody for that. I know we have a lot of great and awesome mentors out there. And I hope this program today has helped, you know, get them up to speed on where we stand with the Teammates program. And we hope if you're not a mentor, you'll definitely consider moving forward. So any last minute thoughts from you, Hannah, or updates?
Well, if you'd like to become a mentor, the link is in the description of this video. So go ahead, click that link. It'll take you to the application. Just so you know, these are some frequently asked questions we get from folks. Our kiddos can be nominated one of three ways. They can be nominated through a parent, through a school staff member, or what we see a lot of is self-nomination. So kids seeing other kids with awesome mentors like yourself saying, I want one of those. A lot of times our kiddos are just looking for that extra person to be there for them, to be their friend. So we do not call ourselves an at-risk program or anything like that. We believe every child can benefit from an additional caring adult. How the whole process works is you'll apply. You'll pick your chapter or school district that you would like to mentor in, and then your local representative will reach out with some training dates to get you trained. We are offering virtual training, so don't worry. You won't have to put yourself at risk or anything like that. And then from there, after your training, we try to make sure that we know exactly the kind of things you like to do, your hobbies and interests, and we match you up with your mentee based on those. So for instance, I said that I'm girly, I like to run, and I like Disney. And in 5th grade, my mentee liked all those things as well. Most of our matches we are together for at least 3 years. I've been with my mentee for 5. A lot of our matches, like Dawn's recently just graduated. So a lot of the time we see them go on and graduate with our mentees. So really it's all across the board. But one thing I love about Kiewit is that they give you time to mentor. That's a big part of your company, and I think that is one of the most amazing things you can do for your community. So that's how the whole process works. We hope we'll get you matched. You know, it's different for every school district, but we'll hope to get you matched before the end of the school year for sure.
All right, thank you, Hannah. So if anybody has any questions too, we have, you know, a committee with teammates, you know, Kat French is on it, Sam is on it, you know, feel free to contact us. But again, thank you for participating in today's event. And we look forward to either seeing you mentor, or if you're not a mentor, to signing up. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.